Kindly subscribe to the channel Cat2 and by Manoj Mahajan so that you don't miss out the XAT most expected Q question series. We are starting with part 1 today. Make sure that you check out the complete video as you can expect direct or similar questions in the XAT paper. Also, you're going to learn superb trick shortcuts. So do check out the complete video and make sure that you like, comment and share as well if you love the video. Now let's come to question number one over here. Something similar has appeared in the XAT paper in the past. I have just changed some data over here. So let's read the question. In a locality, there are 10 houses in a row. On a particular night, a thief planned to steal from 4 houses. You just need to ensure that no two of them are next to each other when the 4 houses are being chosen. So we have to find out the number of ways. If there was no condition in that case and we have to pick up 4 houses, then the answer would have been straight away 10C4. But it's not as simple as over here. So let's see how we're going to crack this problem with ease, and we're going to make a superb trick shortcut also. So a lot of students do answer this question with the help of partition method, but we are not going to look at that. Let's understand a superb trick. So what I'm doing out here is there are 10 houses and we have to pick up 4. So let's subtract 4 from 10. What do I get is 6. So let's say I'm leaving 6 houses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now let me count the gaps out here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we left out 6 houses and the gap was 1 more. So out of these 7 gaps, if I pick up 4 gaps, the problem is actually done. So let's calculate this value and then we are going to understand how this happened, that we are able to answer this particular question. So the super trick shortcut will make a quick result also so that it would be handy in the exam hall. So if you do so, the value will come out to be nothing but 35. So that's the option number D. So make sure that you do solve the questions on your own also, and then check out the solution for each and every question. So give a pause and try yourself and then look at the solution. So let's see how we're going to get this 35 with this superb method, and what is the trick out here. So let's say I picked up one gap over here, one over here, one over here, and let's say one over here. So what I actually did is I picked up the house number 1. I left out 2. I left out 3. I picked up 4. I left out 5. I left out 6. I picked up 7. I left out 8. I picked up 9. And I left out 10. So if you look over here, we are able to do exactly what they are asking us to do it in the problem out here. So what we'll do is we'll make a quick shortcut out here. So 10 houses, let's say you have n houses, okay? And let's say you have to steal from R houses. So over here n was 10 and what was R? That was 4. So we did 10 minus 4, that is 6. So if I look over here, we are going to do n minus R over here. So we had 6 houses left out and the gap was 1 more. So 6 plus 1 we had 7, right? So this was the number we had. So n minus R plus 1, that you should look forward to do it. So it's a slightly difficult to understand the first go, but once you understand, you would love this method for sure. So n minus R plus 1, we have the total gaps out here, and out of that we have to pick 4 houses, which is R if I pick up in the terms of variable. So this is my answer always if I look in such kind of problem. So you can look forward to put n as 10 minus 4 plus 1 C4. So what do I get is 7C4. So this is the superb trick shortcut which I've made for you. And make sure that if you love the video, in that case, you should look forward to like. Make sure that you comment also. Do share with the XAT aspirants and do subscribe as well. So such kind of trick shortcuts you'll find out in this entire series. So keep following us on the channel Cat2IM by Manoj Mahajan. You can look forward to join the Cat2IM information group as well, so that you receive the latest updates, latest information, free material. We are going to provide free XAT booster PDFs also. You can expect direct similar questions in the XAT paper. So let's go to the next problem out here. So I'll ask you to give a pause and spend time. And once you're done, then you can look forward to the solution, right? So it's a slightly difficult one because now the 10 houses are in a circle. So initially it was in a straight line. On a particular night, again, the question data is same. Four houses the thief has to steal. And how many ways can he plan such that no two of them are next to each other? So this would be a mind-boggling solution if I look over you. And you would thoroughly enjoy also. I'll make a super trick shortcut for such kind of questions so that you can do it with ease in the paper. See, if I again try do it with the same logic when the houses were in a row, the answer was what? N minus R plus 1 CR. So we'll do the same stuff over here again. So this will give me the answer when they are in a row. Now we are talking about in a circle. So let's understand out here. Just look over here. We did what? We left out 6 houses. Correct. So we had what 7 gaps out here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So what we did over here is out of 7, we picked up 4. So this was the answer when it was in a row. Now let's understand we have to subtract a few cases and we'll make a superb result also, which you can use easily in such kind of problem. So what we have to look over here is we had like let's say 10 houses again numbered in a row. So what is the difference when it is in a circle? I'll make you understand. So let me have these numbered as 1 to 10 over here. See, in this case, when you pick up the 4 houses and let's say you picked up the house number 1 and the house number 10, this would actually be consecutive because they're in a circle. So let's understand that the case where these 2 houses are surely picked in these 4 houses, I need to subtract those cases, which means let's say you picked up the first place out here, that is house number 1, you picked up, and the last one also you picked up, right? So 2 houses out of 4 we are fixing over here. And now remember that what we have done is 1 and 10 are consecutive. So we have definitely picked up those 2 houses out here. So this is your house number 10 if I look over here. So out of the remaining 5 places, so how we can look forward? So these 2 we have already picked up. So we are left with what? In between 5 places. So what you can do over here is how we got 6 houses out here. 10 minus 4 we did, that was 6, right? So the gaps would be, if you have 6 houses left out, gap would be 1 less. 6 minus 1, that is 5, right? And out of these 5, we would be looking to pick up 2 more houses, right? So 2 already we have picked up, two more from here. So in total, we are going to pick up 4 houses. And which cases we are subtracting? Let's say you picked up 1, you picked up 10, you picked up 4, you picked up 6. Just one example I'm picking up. So when it was in a row, this was not supposed to be subtracted. But now when the houses are in a circle, So such cases have to be subtracted where 1 and 10 is definitely selected. So this is what we can look forward to get the answer now. So what is the value? 7C4, we already calculated 35. 5C2 would be nothing but 10. So what do I get is 25. So if you got the answer 25, that is a correct answer. Let's make the result also. So n minus r plus 1 CR was the answer when it was in a straight line. So what we have to subtract from here is, see, if you look this number 6, right? So how do we got that? N minus r, that is 10 minus 4 over here, that is 6. One less I'll be doing because when you have 6 houses, the gaps were just 5. So one less we have to do. Every time it's going to happen like this. So whatever the number of houses are there in a circle and how many houses you have to pick up, it doesn't matter. So n minus r minus 1. C, now instead of 2, look, we had to pick up in total 4 houses and 2 we already fixed up. So this 2 we got as what? 4 minus 2. 4 we had to pick up. 2 already picked up, house number 1 and house number 10. So the remaining we have to pick up 2 more from this part. So this would be nothing but what is 4? That was R. And 2 we are removing the houses. Always we have to do it. The first one and the last one. So n minus r minus 1 C r minus 1. So this is the result we can look forward to remember next time in such kind of problems. So you can note down in your copy so that it is easy for you next time when you face such kind of question, right? So it's a superb result which I've given you. I'm pretty sure that you won't find it easily on the other channels. So I'm pretty sure that now I've uploaded this video. So students will be able to answer such kind of question with ease. That's for sure. So do check out the video complete. You would definitely benefit from the XAT series. Let's move to the next question now. So again, I'll ask you to spend some time and then see what is the answer you are able to figure out. Now, what is the number of different outcomes? So this previous year's that question. If 3 indistinguishable dice are rolled. So distinguishable means distinct. So let's say if I remove this IN. So what I'm looking at, 3 distinct dice. In that case, the answer would have been very easy. So the first die is you can have any 6 numbers, next also any 6 numbers, any 6 numbers on the next. So in total, there would have been 2, 1, 6 cases. So the answer would have been option E. But now it has become a little difficult because the dice are identical. What is the difference between the two? See, let's say in the case of distinct dice, let's say you get on dice first, you get number 1, then 2, then number 3. So when you have distinct, so this would be counted again 1, 3, 2, 2, 1, 3, 2, 3, 1, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. So all these cases would be counted in this 2, 1, 6. But when we are making it identical, all these 6 cases would be just counted once. So that is the difference if I look when you have the distinct dice and the identical dice over here. So that made the question a bit challenging. So people are going to do it again by making cases, but I would convert this to a problem on partition and I'll make a result for you and then you can apply that result with ease. So over here, let me make one equation and I'll make you understand that how that equation is same with this problem. So let's say you have 6 variables, x1, x2, x3, x4, x5, x6. Okay. How many dice we have in this case? 3. So let me equate this to 3. So I'll explain you that what is this x1, x2, and so on. See, when you roll a dice, any number from 1 to 6 can come on the top face. So over here, x1 represents, see, you have total 3 dice, right? So over here x1 represent how many time 1 has been there on those 3 dice. X2 represent how many times 2 has been there, and similarly for x3, x4, x5 and x6. I'll take one example. I said that all these 6 cases has to be counted only once when you have the identical dice. Now the case is what when on the 3 dice the number 1 comes only once. Number 2 also is coming only once. Number 3 is also coming only once. So let's add this 1 plus 1 plus 1, and the rest all would be 0 out here. So if you just look at calculating the whole number solution of this equation, right? You would be able to get all the solution which they're talking about in this question number 3 out here. So when I do this x1 1, x2 1, x3 1, see this would be counted this solution if I look over here only once. And what this actually mean over here? That the number 1 came only once on those 3 dice. Number 2 also came once. Number 3 also came once. So the result outcome 1, 2, 3 has to be counted once. Over here also we are doing the same in the solution also. Let me just take one more example over here so that you have more clarity. Let's say x1 is 2 times, x2 is 1. So this solution would be counted only once out here. And when I compare with the problem out here, so 1 coming what? Twice. Okay. And 2 coming only once. So 1, 1, 2 also has to be counted only once in the solution out here. And we are exactly doing the same when we converted this to equation over here of 6 variables equate to 3. So what we could have done is rather than making cases, a lot of students are going to do that. So this would be very easy for you to do it next time when such a question do appear in the paper. So can I apply the whole number solution result, which you must be aware of as you must have prepared for CAT and the other exams. So this I'm not explaining. So this is the result for the whole number solutions. So the variables can be 0 also. So what is n out here? 3. What is r over here? 6. This is actually partition method result, right? And what you have over here is what? 6 minus 1. So what do I get is 8c5. So let's calculate that. 8 factorial upon 3 factorial upon 5 factorial. So if you calculate this value, this will come out to be 56. So it was a wonderful question which appeared way back in the SAT paper. So if you look over here, the result, if I want to frame out here, right? So let's say instead of 3, I'll put n dice. Of course, they are identical. And of course, you can have these numbers only 1 to 6. So what do I get using this result? N. What is R? That is 6 only. Minus 1. C 6 minus 1. So what is the result we are able to figure out over here ultimately? N plus 5 C 5. So next time you can easily answer this such a question. So what was n over here? 3 over here. So straight away 3 plus 5 is what? 8 C 5. That was the answer which is coming out to be numerically 56. So I'm pretty sure that you would love the SAT most expected QA question series. So do subscribe to the channel. Please make sure that you do share this video with as many SAT aspirants as possible. And you yourself, please watch complete video. Do like, comment, and share as well. Let's move to the next question out here. So thoroughly going to enjoy each and every question out here. So this question also has appeared in previous SAT paper. So you can have a look over here. A canal is surrounding a circular city of diameter 4 kilometers. So remember one thing, that geometry is tested heavily in the SAT paper. So they do test everything: arithmetic, algebra, modern maths, number system. So they test everything. So you have to be fully prepared for the SAT. So if you have done the preparation for the CAT, in that case, you can look forward to revise the recordings of the Quant, right? That is very, very essential. So recordings, you have to look forward to revise the concept part. And if you are not aware of the concept, so you have to build the concept for sure. So what you're going to do is, see, I keep telling in the geometry that you can use the freedom. Now, what I mean by freedom is that you can make a figure of your own choice such that no condition is violated and the answer is fixed. So you can see the answer is fixed out here. So let me read the further question out here and we are going to do with ease, and I'll also look forward to write one super trick shortcut for you. Four lampposts are located on the border of the city close to the canal at locations A, B, C, D such that a direct path from A to C. Okay. So it appears to be like this. A direct path from A to C cuts another direct path from B to D. So let's say this is B, D. This is A, C. And the chords are what, perpendicular to each other at a intersection point E. So the question is EA square plus AB square plus EC square plus AD square is what? Now look at the freedom, what I'm going to do it. And with this freedom, you can look forward to answer a lot of questions which do appear in the XAT paper with ease. So when you look forward to go for a proof of this in the exam hall, figuring out the answer, it would be really challenging, right? So look, the freedom says, let's assume AC to be one of the diameters, right? So that I can do it. No condition is being violated and the answer is fixed. So it should be the same answer for any case which I pick up, which is not violating any of the conditions out here. Let me make another diameter out here, BD. Okay. And if I look over here, if these are the diameters AC and BD, so in that case, if I look over here, this would be what? Let me assume the center of the circle. So the two diameters are intersecting at this point E, which should be the, of course, the center of the circle, right? And this we can take as perpendicular. So if this E is the center of the circle, so in that case, this all will become what? Radius, right? So over here, the radius given is not 4. So that could be a mistake done. That's a diameter. So 4 divided by 2, if you do, that would be 2. So this is 2, this is 2, this is 2, and this is 2. So now look, with ease, we can do it EA square. So that would be 2 square plus 2 square plus 2 square plus 2 square. So 4, if I add 4 times, I'll be getting what? 16. So that is the correct answer out here. Even you can make a trick shortcut out here. That's sum of this, right? So any two chords I can pick up and they are perpendicular to each other. That has to be there. So I just took a specific case out here where no condition is violated. So what is the answer I'm getting? 4r square. So r square, I'm going to add what? 4 times. So it gives me what? 4r square. So r square, r square, r square, and r square. So this result can be used whenever in a circle you have two chords intersecting each other and they are perpendicular also, right? So that condition should be there. So this sum will always be 4r square. So I did with the freedom with ease. I also made a result for you, so you can use it if you get something like this in the XAT paper. Okay, so again, I'll ask you to spend time with this question, spend a few minutes. Of course, it's not that easy. So you may find the solution to be extremely uh, useful. And the method which I'm going to use, the magical monkey method, which is a logical way also to solve set theory questions. So I keep teaching that in my CAT 2M classes. And I've seen in the XAT paper that there are questions in the QA section which could be done with ease with the logical way out, which I keep calling as magical monkey method. So if you are aware of this method, you'll find it easy to understand. If not, it may be a bit challenging, and the solution which you may find in the market maybe a bit a difficult one, right? So try to understand what I'm going to discuss over here. So they're saying in the final semester, the engineering college offers. So I do remember my college also uh, by reading this problem. They offers three elective courses, okay, and one mandatory course. The student has to register for exactly three courses. Two are elective and one is mandatory course. Now, what is given to us is the registration in the three of the four courses, right? Is 45, 55, and 70. So the question is, what will be the number of students in the elective with the lowest registration rate? So they do love to make such option either B or D. So what they mean is option B, it could be, or option D also. So E could be the answer, but we have to figure out whether we are getting it or not. So of course, we have cases out here, and let me tell you what are the cases. So let's try understand the logical way out, right? See, the first case, what I'm picking up is, so there are two cases. So possibility is there could be two answers, right? So option E seems to be correct, but it may be possible that in those two cases you have the same answer also. So we have to check out before marking option E out here. So the first case is, so these are three courses out here. So the first case I picked up is out of these three numbers, one represents the mandatory course number. So M represents the mandatory and two elective. So that's case number one. Or all these three registrations, if I look over here, could be for three electives. So these are the only two cases we have, right? So let me go with the first case out here. So one thing is very sure that mandatory course we have, everyone has to choose it. So one thing is sure that out of these three numbers, if the case one is there, the biggest number, that is 70, has to be the mandatory course registration, because uh, everyone in the college has to definitely choose it, right? So the largest number out here has to be the mandatory course registration, and these two would be for the elective, right? So what we can understand is that a student has to register for exactly three courses, two electives and the mandatory course. So can I say that there are 70 students out here? Because 70 we are picking up as the mandatory stuff. So these 70 has picked up the mandatory course. Now two more courses they're going to look forward to pick up, right? So let's understand the logical way out. So 45 and 55 we have. So let me add this number out here. What do I get? 100. See, one thing is very sure that if I look at every student will have two electives, right? So in that case, we need to have those many registration also in the uh, three elective courses. So if I count simple over here, the first student has two electives, second also had two electives, and so on. So this number makes what, 70 into 2? 140, right? So 140 registrations we need. So already we had 100 registrations out here, 45 and 55. So how many left out? If I look over here for the third elective, we can look forward to calculate that should have been 40. So one thing is very sure that one of the answer for the lowest registration should be 40. So one thing is very sure that option A cannot be the answer, option C cannot be the answer. So we are left with B, D, or E choice out here. So let's see further how we can work out. So we have to look at the second case also. This was the answer when we took one mandatory and two elective, right? Now all three elective, right? So we do not have the student who registered for mandatory course. How many are there? So let's say if these numbers are all three elective. So let me add first out here the data. So when you add this, you get what? 170, right? Now, so these are 170 registrations for the three electives, and every student is going to pick up two electives. So I do not know how many students we have, but we can calculate that. So let's do a simple calculation out here. So 170 registration, if I divide by 2, every student I have to give the two electives. So what do I get is 85. So what I can look forward is that there are 85 students, right, who have the mandatory course, right? So 85 students in the final semester of the engineering college, and everyone would be looking forward to get two electives out here. So this case is also very much possible. So when we talk about total registrations as 170, so we had 45, 55, 70. So the lowest in the elective was 45. So in the case number two, we got 45 as the lowest registration, and 85 students we can look forward over here are there who picked up the mandatory course, right? And that is of course mandatory. So there are 85 students in the final semester of the engineering college. If I go with the second case, that is the possibility, right? So both the cases are possible. So you have the answer is what, 40 or 45, which is your option E out here. So I'm pretty sure that if you have watched the complete video, you would surely love all the questions also and their solution also. So I would request that please join the information group so that you can get the free XAT booster PDFs. You may expect direct or similar questions from it in the XAT paper. Do subscribe again, I'll say. Make sure that you do like, do comment, and share with the XAT aspirants. Thank you so much.